This is Sholo Ford's presentation of high school basketball on iTalk 1067 FM and iTalk1067.com. Also brought to you in part by Northland Pioneer College, Ace Hardware of the White Mountains, Deemer's Glass, Mountain Mobile Auto Glass and Tint, Summit Regional Medical Center, Honda Ski and Outdoor Sports, and Comfort Fit Dentures. And now, Sholo Ford presents high school basketball on iTalk 1067 and worldwide on iTalk1067.com.
Hey, very good evening, ladies and gentlemen. From the campus of Sholo High School, this is Sholo Ford's presentation of high school basketball on iTalk 1067 worldwide on iTalk1067.com as we get set for the Holbrook Roadrunners traveling down the 77 here to Sholo High School to take on the Cougars. The Cougars, the higher ranked team in this tournament. And yesterday, this game was supposed to be played, but because of wind and some other external factors and some things that couldn't be controlled, the game is going to be tonight. So the winner, Randall, earns a trip to Yuma Catholic. So I'm Aaron Ewish. I'm joined on Mike's side by Randall Anselmo, Robin Triggs, Michael on the cameras, Mel West, our technical producer, as we get set for our Summit Healthcare Regional Medical Center injury report. And I'm going to turn that one over to Randall. He knows a lot more about the situation than I do.
So, one of the Boyce girls had a game a couple weeks ago and ended up tearing her ACL.
Which is unfortunate. We never want to see that.
Unfortunate, yes. And she tore all sorts of other stuff. However, they just had surgery on her knee the other day, from what I understand, maybe I think last week. It was really quick. They were able to pull some strings, get her in, get that knee worked on. So they're going to be down one of their better players. But they do still have the other two Boyce sisters that are going to be on the court, and they're going to be able to.
So there's a force to be reckoned with no matter what you say to start this game.
That's correct, yes. Yep.
And that's going to be good to match up. They are the higher seed team, and they may be down a player. And the Holbrook Roadrunners, from what Coach Perkins has told me, Coach Greg Perkins and his Roadrunner squad, who we've actually seen quite a few times this year, we are excited to report they are injury-free. And unfortunate for the Boyce and her knee situation, we wish her the best of recovery and hope to see her back in action as soon as we are able to. I believe they are juniors, correct?
Correct. They will be. They've got one more year they can go. And I think that's why they were really pushing to get her surgery done, was so that they were able to bring her back next year to finish out her senior year.
Well, that is your Summit Healthcare Medical Center pregame report. Summit Regional Medical Center has everything your athlete needs to get back into games, and that brings us to our Ace Hardware. Keys to the game anytime you were locked out of your car, anytime you need a key made, any day of the week, any night of the week, pretty much any time. Ace Hardware of the White Mountains, Sholo, Pine Top, Overguard. And Randall, the keys to the game, I say this every time because I feel it is really true, is it's dribbling, passing, fundamentals, and defense. As folks, we're going to have the lineup going in the background of our Ace Hardware keys to the game. Randall, you've seen both of these teams from an officiating perspective. What are the keys to the game in your mind? Keys to the game in your mind?
Well, I've watched how Greg really doesn't push them and make it a running game, and I don't think Sholo's going to be doing the same thing. I think what's going to end up happening is this is going to be a very competitive game.
Are you saying it's going to be low scoring possibly?
I think so, yes. I think it's going to be very controlled, very, very controlled on this. They can hit some threes, but it's only if they're hot. I've noticed that Holbrook has some great three-point shooters, but if they are not on, they are not sinking.
Well, we saw the other night, Bailey Williams just absolutely took over the game and dominated, and she was our Mountain Mobile Auto Glass and Tint player of the game, and we are, as Angelica Urenga is announced. We've called her name a few times on the broadcast, but Harrington, Francisco, Urenga, Williams, and I believe Thomas are out there. And so, Randall, I think low-scoring game favors the Cougars. I think a running game is going to favor the Roadrunners. So we'll just have to sit and see.
Yep, it's going to be an interesting ball game because when they met in Holbrook, it was a very lopsided. Ball game for the Sholo Cougars. So we'll see how this all plays itself out.
Well, interesting to see. It looks like we might have a change in the book. I'm not sure, but looked like the coach came over. But anyway, nonetheless. So, folks, Ace Hardware keys to the game. Control the ball, play defense, make your shots. That's it. a little bit of passing. So, folks, we're going to go ahead. I'm going to try to get the scorebook situation figured out as it was pointed out in the book, and the book is next to us, so we'll see. But we're going to go ahead and conclude our Ace Hardware pregame. Ace Hardware is a 24/7 locksmith. Anytime you're locked out of your car, anytime you need a key made any night of the week, pretty much anytime. Ace Hardware, White Mountains, Pine Top, Overguard, and Sholos. This is Sholo Ford's presentation of high school basketball on iTalk 106.7 worldwide on iTalk1067.com.
Want the best deal on your new car, truck, van, or SUV? Go to Sholo Ford. Sholo Ford has the best deals. Not only does Sholo Ford sell the #1 truck in America, Guy Hatch guarantees you won't find a better deal on that truck anywhere else. Sholo Ford sells the best at the best price. Sholo Ford on the east end of the Deuce and at SholoFord.com.
You have a vision, a brand to build, a message to share? You need signs that turn heads, apparel that makes a statement, banners that grab attention, and business cards to leave a lasting impression. Your success starts with the right tools. That's where we come in. Allegra Sholo brings your ideas to life with custom designs and top quality products, helping you stand out and grow your brand. Let's make something amazing together. Call Allegra Sholo today.
You've been there, waiting forever at the gas station for the guy to free up so he can fill up your propane tank. Or worse, when the only qualified propane technician decided to stay home that day. Yep, you've been there and I have too. That's why now I get my propane from Ace Hardware every time. You get Ace Hardware's world-famous customer service when you stop in for propane. That's right, you get in, you get out, and you get a great deal on propane and everything else. From Ace Hardware at their locations in Pine Top and Heber. Ace Hardware is proud to support White Mountain sports.
For years, he's battled the toughest opponent of his life.
He's down!
But today, with Dr. Arnaud and Comfort Fit Dentures, the fight changes. With Comfort Fit Dentures and Sholo, you can taste the victory. With free exams and x-rays, an in-house lab, and payment plans starting at just $110 a month, Comfort Fit makes it easy to claim victory. Call today for your free exam and x-rays.
Welcome back to Sholo Ford's presentation of high school basketball on iTalk 106.7 worldwide on iTalk1067.com. As we have our Northland Pioneer College tip-off. When it comes time to tip off your college education, tip it off at the college with the lowest tuition in the state. That's Northland Pioneer College. Locations in Navajo and Apache County, now offering bachelor's degrees in business and education. Northland Pioneer College is our officiating crew tonight. Is a very good one, folks. As our head referee tonight is Paul Hancock, and he is flanked by Stacy Gillespie and Tommy Puhu Vayava. And Randall, it is a very good crew they have sent tonight for this ball game.
They're all three state championship officials. So, yeah, we've got a
fantastic job. And so we're going to have Uranga jumping center against Moore, Tatum Moore. And we're just waiting to get some technical things ironed out here as Boyce, Peter, Moore, Hatch, and Rivera. As folks, you're going to have to give me a little bit of forgiveness to start this game. I'm not as familiar with the Cougars as we've seen this Roadrunner team 3 or 4 times this year, as the tip is to Boyce. Boyce now over on the far side to Rivera. Back to Boyce. Boyce over on the far side. She puts it on the court. Back to Rivera. Rivera to the middle. Middle now is to Moore. That's picked off by Channing Harrington, as Harrington is going to take the ball for the Roadrunners. Harrington now goes back. Back now to Francisco. Francisco to Williams. Do not let Bailey Williams get hot in that corner, as we saw what she could do the other night. Ball's back to Harrington. To number 20, Maya Francisco. Three-point shot, no good. Rebound is Sammy Thomas, no good. And Sholo controls the ball. Rivera with the ball, except we're going to have a jump ball as our official Stacy Gillespie comes in and calls jump ball, and that is going to favor the Holbrook Roadrunners, so the ball will stay. As it goes outside, to believe that is Sammy Thomas, a Comfort Fit Dentures three-point shot. 3 points early on for the Holbrook Roadrunners. Here come the Cougars as Lacey Peter, number 11, drives, brings it over to Rivera. Rivera now over to her right to number 14. That is Reese Hatch. Over now to Boyce. Boyce to Rivera. Rivera over on the far side of the arc. Rivera trying to fight the top of the key. Now Rivera drives. She puts it up. That's going to be good. That's going to be good. Ari Rivera. 2 point score to Sholo Cougars. 3-2 early on, 6 minutes and 45 seconds left here in the first quarter. As Harrington brings the ball over, Randall, there's that slow pace that you talked about. As Bailey Williams hits a comfort Fit Dentures three-pointer.
And here comes those three-pointers. The Cougars are going to have to corral those up, or they're going to get out of control.
As Boyce has the ball for the Cougars, Boyce now goes over to Rivera. Back to Boyce over on the far side. Boyce now gathers it in. She puts the ball on the court. Now over to Lacey Peter. Over to Rivera. Rivera, three-point attempt, no good. Rebound. Rebound is by Hatch. And that's put up by Boyce. 2 points. Jordan Boyce for the Cougars. Here come the runners back to Harrington. Channing Harrington, the sophomore, bringing it forward for the Cougars. She crosses over the time stripe. Over now on the far side to Williams. Williams now to Francisco. Francisco's going to bring it back over. Now to Harrington. Harrington looking to Francisco. Now swings it over to Thomas. Thomas, three-point shot on the way. That is no good. Rebound is Urenga, ties up with Boyce. And Boyce grabs the rebound. That's going to give Urenga her first personal foul. And our first foul of the game is a Roadrunner foul. And that goes on Angelica Urenga, number 22. It'll be Sholo's ball under the Roadrunner basket. Holbrook putting on some pressure. Now the inbound is to Boyce. Boyce goes to her right. Boyce now over to Rivera. Easy pass over to Rivera. As Rivera has an open lane, she dishes it off. Passes to number 11, Lacey Peter. 2 points. We are knotted at 6 here at Sholo High School. Harrington with the ball. Randall, I'm really kind of almost concerned at the slow pace Holbrook's giving tonight. Is that from a lack of pressure? Or is that how Coach Perkins wants to play this? As the ball goes, I'll get Randall's thoughts in seconds. The ball goes forward to Hatch. Hatch puts it up and it's no good. Rebounded, and here come the Roadrunners again.
I just don't think he's gonna push this team, because Sholo has been known. They've been known that if you rush the ball, they take advantage of your mistakes, and you will make mistakes if you're rushing.
Well, and Holbrook just cleared the lane right there. Is Channing Harrington. She goes all the way from the three-point arc, drives in, puts in an easy 2-point bucket. It's 8-6 now. Roadrunners on top. The ball's back inside to Moore. Moore hands it off. It's going to be taken away by the Roadrunners. That's Williams takes it away, and Williams gives it over to Harrington. Harrington bringing it to the middle. She's on the top of the arc. Now she moves over to the near side. Harrington now goes to her right. She drives, puts it up, and it's going to be no good. Excuse me, she puts off a pass to Williams. Williams' shot is no good as Harrington and Moore tie up for the ball, and we're going to have ourselves a jump ball, and it's going to go alternating possession, favoring the Cougars. Boyce to inbound. Boyce inbounds to Rivera. Rivera dribbles through some traffic. Holbrook putting on some pressure. Here goes Rivera. Rivera, pass over to Hatch. Hatch puts it up and in. Scores an easy 2. 8-8. And this slow-paced game is actually higher scoring than I would have thought as Harrington brings it over. Harrington out the 28-foot line, top of the key, looking in. Harrington over to Williams. Williams now to Urenga. Urenga now goes to her right. She drives, puts the ball up, no good. And it's going to be rebounded by number 12, Tatum Moore of the Cougars. Moore forward 2. Well, that doesn't matter who it's to, because we're going to get a timeout. We're going to go ahead and take it as well. This is Sholo Ford's presentation of high school basketball on iTalk 106.7 worldwide on iTalk1067.com.
Mountain Mobile Auto Glass and Tint now has 3 locations to serve you: Snowflake, Lakeside, and now Sholo. And with over 85 years combined experience in auto glass and over 40 years of combined experience in window tint, you can trust the experts at Mountain Mobile Auto Glass and Tint with your vehicle. Call them today.
Just call 536-5972. Mountain Mobile Auto Glass, cash back to you.
Welcome back, Sholo Ford's presentation of high school basketball on iTalk 106.7 worldwide and iTalk1067.com as the Cougars get the ball over the time stripe. Now, Randall, before we go back to play, when that ball comes over the time stripe, there is a set spot that's going to be in when that timeout's made, and that is at the 28-foot line, correct?
On a timeout such as like that, it's the point of interruption.
It is the point of interruption.
It's going to be from the point of interruption.
Point of interruption, and when the ball goes out of bounds is where it goes out. Otherwise, there's basically 4 spots that's going to be brought in on each side of the court. So 8 spots total. Correct.
That's going to be at the 28-foot line or the 3-foot mark underneath the basket.
And also each side of the half court. But we never bring it in the table side of half court. As Holbrook puts up a 3-point shot, and it's no good. Rebound is Francisco. We'll get back to some rule situations in a second. There's Bailey Williams, a Comfort Fit Denture 3-point shot. As here come the Cougars. Boyce with the ball. What I was going to say, Randall, is you never bring it in front of the table. So there's basically 9 points that it can be brought in.
That's correct. Yeah, we never bring the ball in table side. It's been that way ever since I started officiating. I can't give you the exact reason why they do it that way or why we don't do it in front of the bench.
When you started officiating, correct me if I'm wrong, you had to crawl up with the ladder and get the ball out of the peach basket.
Pretty much.
That's what I thought. That's what I thought is we have a foul committed by number 21, Mann. That's going to send Moore to the line, and Moore misses her first one. Makes her first one, misses her second one, and we get a rebound and a putback, and that is by Tatum Moore. So not only does she miss that free throw, but she gets it back and puts the Roadrunners and Cougars now at a proverbial tie, as it looks like number 1, Riley Gaston, the senior, has checked in for the Cougars. To Williams, now forward to Mann. Mann, three-pointer on the way, no good. Rebound, Boyce. Boyce sends it forward to Moore. Moore almost picked up her dribble. Now outside to Peter. Peter, Comfort Fit Dentures. 3-point shot, Lacey Peter, 14-11. That puts the Cougars on top. Their second lead change of the game, favoring them. Here comes Harrington. Harrington bringing it over now to Williams. Williams wanted that three, she doesn't. Gives it back to Mann. Over now to Williams, now to Harrington. In the corner, three-point attempt, no good by Mann. Rebound is the Roadrunners, back to Williams. Williams now back out to Mann. Mann taking it out on the arc, back to Williams now at the top of the key. Over now to Harrington. Harrington, NBA range three. That's going to be no good. Ball's going to float and go out of bounds. That's going to be Cougar ball, as we have Urenga as well as Kinsey Frost checking in for the Cougars. As Boyce inbounds the ball to Peter. Peter's going to bring the ball over the time stripe. She's going to be picked up by, I believe that's Francisco. Ball is to Gaston. Gaston goes inside to Frost. Ball is no good. Rebound is to the Roadrunners. Harrington. Harrington over now to Urenga. It's going to be knocked out of bounds by Moore, but it's going to stay and be Roadrunner ball. 14-11. The Cougars on top of the Roadrunners as Harrington inbounds to Thomas. Now to Harrington. Over now back to Thomas. Back to Harrington at the 28-foot line, top of the key. Ball is now to no, that's a Mann. Back now to Thomas. Back to Mann. 11 on the shot clock to Harrington. Harrington over to Thomas. Inside to Urenga. Urenga goes up, and Urenga's going to be fouled. They're going to call that on Jordan Boyce. First personal. That is the first team by the Cougars. Holbrook playing with 2 team fouls as Urenga's going to go to the line. Urenga's first free throw is on its way. As we have Ari Rivera and Reese Hatch checking in for the Cougars, as well as Darian Cadelti checking in for the Roadrunners. Urenga's second free throw. 14-12, Cougars on top. Urenga's second free throw makes it 14-13. Cougar ball. Ball in the hands of Peter. Peter guiding the troops, calling out a play. As Peter now drifts to her right now, she throws it over the right in front of the Holbrook bench. And we're going to get a whistle. And Ava Mann is going to pick up her second personal foul. And if you watch that on replay, she was kind of all over it. Might have looked from the back replay angle that Reese put her shoulder down, but I can assure you folks, Mann was right there and caused that foul. As the ball gets set to go into Kinsley Frost, and it goes out of bounds on the runners. I believe Urenga got a piece of it. So it goes out of bounds. Lacey Peter is going to inbound for the Cougars. Peter throws it over. That's going to go to Boyce. Boyce now back to Peter. 3-point on its way. No good. And Peter's going to get her own rebound. She's going to throw it back up, and it's going to be no good. Boyce is going to get it. Boyce is going to put it back. No good. Boyce is, however, going to be fouled. And we're going to call that on 40. Darian Cadelti. And Boyce going to go to the line. Boyce with 2 on the night so far. Boyce eyeing up the basket. Her first free throw is no good. 14-13, 46 seconds left in the first. Sholo on top. Priestley Binney checking in for the Cougars. Boyce at the line. Boyce's free throw is good. 15-13. Kiscoli. Excuse me, I looked at the roster. Kiscoli bringing in the ball. Now the ball goes inside. I believe that is Cadelti. Three-point attempt, no good by the runners. Rebound Urenga. Urenga puts it back. That's going to be no good. Rebound Hatch. Hatch for the Cougars. Over to Peter. Peter inside to Binney. Binney's going to have it blocked. Urenga's going to grab it, but when Urenga comes down, she steps right on that out-of-bounds line. Tries to save her teammates. That's going to be no good as Williams is going to check back in. And she's going to check in for Harrington. As Lacey Peter is set to bring it in for the Cougars. Peter brings it in over to Boyce. Boyce left to right on the far side, near side, excuse me. Now to Peter. Peter out now to Hatch. Hatch, three-point on its way. No good. Rebound, Boyce. Boyce right back. Jordan Boyce. 2 points for the Cougars. 17-13, 4 seconds, 3 seconds. As Williams over to Urenga. Urenga puts up a three-point shot. That's going to be no good as we get to the end of the first quarter with the Shola Cougars on top by 4, 17-13 over the Holbrook Roadrunners. This is Shola Fort's presentation of high school basketball on iTalk 106.7 worldwide on iTalk1067.com.
Want the best deal on your new car, truck, van, or SUV? Go to Sholo Ford. Sholo Ford has the best deals. Not only does Sholo Ford sell the #1 truck in America, Guy Hatch guarantees you won't find a better deal on that truck anywhere else. Sholo Ford sells the best at the best price. Sholo Ford on the east end of the Deuce and at sholoford.com.
Want to go skiing or snowboarding? Visit our friendly Honda Outdoor Sports. We offer skis, snowboards, and helmet rentals, custom footbeds, ski and snowboard repairs, as well as retail shopping for your snow gear, goggles, beanies, snow tubing, and even ice fishing supplies. We have all you need to prepare you for the outdoors. We welcome you to Honda Outdoor Sports, located 1 mile west of the casino.
Welcome back to Shola Fort's presentation of high school basketball on iTalk1067.com as the home team, the Shola Cougars, up 17-13 on the visiting team, the Holbrook Roadrunners, as Harrington is going to inbound, and that sets us up for our Comfort Fit Dentures. No, that's a three-pointer. Our Northland Pioneer College tip-off. When it comes time to tip off your college education, tip it off at the college with the lowest tuition in the state. That's Northland Pioneer College, now offering bachelor's degrees in business and education. Northland Pioneer College. She goes to the corner to Harrington. Harrington back to Williams, back to Harrington, over on the far side to Francisco. Francisco not even close as now Boyce gets the rebound, but Francisco steals it back and it gives Francisco an easy layup, almost like they drew it up in the huddle. Maya Francisco. As Boyce is going to bring up the ball, Boyce now throws it into Rivera. It's going to go out of bounds and it's going to go back to Holbrook. Holbrook to inbound as Harrington is going to inbound. You know, Randall, I was looking at our advertisements, listening to some of our sponsors. I was listening to the Honda Ski and Outdoor, and one thing I noticed is now offering ice fishing supplies, because when I think of Northeast Arizona, I want to do me some ice fishing.
You know, I haven't been ice fishing since I was a Boy Scout, and that was almost when dinosaurs were roaming the earth. But
well, as a boy from the desert, I'll have to tell you, is Williams is going to put up a three-point shot, and that is going to be no good. Rebound, Boyce with the Cougars. I spent some time in the Great Lakes states, and I was questioning somebody about, as we got a little bit of a controversy here. I'll tell you that story later. As we go, and we're going to get a whistle, and they're going to go red 20. They're going to call that on Francisco, as the Holbrook faithful do not like that. I messed up my ice fishing story by getting a little tip.
Sure
That's
did.
okay, though.
That's our.
Now Boyce gets it for the Cougars. Boyce going to set up for a three-point shot. That's going to be no good. Rebound. It's knocked around, but Williams ends up with it. Williams gives it back to Harrington. As the Cougars are up 17-15. And here's Harrington. Now inside to Francisco. Francisco spins, and it's going to be stripped. But before it was stripped, Moore is going to get it. And before she gets even that, we have ourselves a jump ball. As Riley Gaston checks back into the ball game. As Gaston is going to inbound, she inbounds to Peter. Over now to Rivera. Rivera on the near side in front of the Holbrook bench. As it's knocked away, gathered in by Peter. Peter to Gaston. Gaston over to Hatch. Inside, intended for Moore. Moore does get it back, sends it to Gaston. Gaston shot, no good. And Harrington kind of gets it, but tips it back to one of her teammates. Now Harrington ends up with the ball to bring it over for the runners. Ball is now in the backcourt, or the back of the arc to Williams. Over now to Francisco. Francisco pushes it into Urenga. Urenga in the middle of the lane. Urenga puts it up, it's blocked. Blocked by Moore. And I believe they called a jump ball. Am I right on that, Randall?
I believe so, yes.
And the possession does favor the Roadrunners. Inbound is to out the hands of Williams. Williams' three-pointer is no good. Lacey Peter with the rebound. 17-14 Cougars on top. As we have had one basket scored in this quarter. As we get a whistle, we get a foul, and that's going to be 2 shots. As Rivera is going to get fouled, they're going to call Williams with her first personal. That is going to be the second team of the quarter. And Ari Rivera to the line to shoot a couple. Rivera's first free throw is no good, so the score is still 17-15. Rivera's second free throw is on its way. It is good. As we get a whistle and a substitution, as Boyce is going to check back in for Gaston. Here's Harrington. Harrington to Williams, back to Harrington. As Harrington's going to be uncontested as Randall. I haven't seen Sholo put any kind of full court pressure on. Is that not a strength, or is it just not something Coach Francis likes to do? As Sammy Thomas puts up a comfort Fit Dentures three-point shot. Your thoughts, Randall?
You know, I'm telling you, none of them are really pressing. And like we talked at the beginning of the game, this is not a run for the wall, if you will, game. They're controlling the tempo of this game. And I think that's what Coach Francis is doing, is she's controlling the tempo of this game. Just like the Roadrunners, they're not pressing very hard.
As the ball inbounds to Boyce, Boyce with a three-point shot, it hits the side of the basket. She gets her own rebound. She drives in, puts it in for an easy 2 points. Jordan Boyce for the Cougars, 20-18. Cougars on top. As Randall now counteract that with, as the Cougars are backing off and controlling this pace, Coach Perkins' team seems to be playing with it and seems to be hanging right in with the ball game.
Yeah, the other thing that I've also noticed too is that
Bailey Williams with the comfort Fit Dentures three-point shot. Randall, your thoughts?
Is Sholo is pushing them out. They're not allowing them to get inside the paint. And here we go, Cougars.
As Cougars turn it over, but the Roadrunners get it right back. They turn it right back over as Hatch intercepts a pass. Now to Boyce. Now forward to Moore. Moore at the free throw line to Boyce. Boyce, 16-foot jumper, good. Jordan Boyce. As we get a whistle and we get a timeout, as Sholo's going to take a timeout, we're going to take it as well. The Sholo Ford's presentation of high school basketball on iTalk 106.7 and worldwide on iTalk1067.com.
When you think glass, think Deemer's Glass in Lakeside. Deemer's Glass offers the best selection of quality glass with affordable prices. They do full home window packages, replacement windows, custom shower doors and enclosures, custom mirrors in many shapes, styles, and colors, glass doors and hardware, commercial glass for buildings and offices, skylights, screens, fire-rated glass for your fireplace or stove, window film, and more. Visit Deemer's Glass today on Porter Mountain Road in Lakeside or call 1-888-GLASSMAN.
Northland Pioneer College is cheering for you on and off the field. Secure a win by enrolling in college courses at NPC. Earn college credits in high school, learning new skill or trade. Complete classes that will transfer to any Arizona university. NPC has 3 new bachelor's degree programs and over 100 associate degrees, certificates, and areas of study to choose from. The playing field for your future is wide open. Take a shot and score big by enrolling in classes at NPC. Northland Pioneer College. Your journey starts here.
Welcome back to Shoulder Fort's presentation of high school basketball on iTalk 1067 or worldwide on iTalk1067.com as the Roadrunners are going to bring in the ball down 22-21. 4 minutes left in the half as Harrington brings the ball over. Harrington now over to Thomas. Thomas back to Williams. Williams over to Urenga. Urenga now tries to drive the baseline, but she gets caught up, sends it back to Williams. It's going to be out of bounds as number 30, Sophie Seabaugh, knocks it out of bounds and almost had a steal, as that's going to bring back in Lacey Peter for Seabaugh. Harrington to inbound. Harrington now inbounds it to Francisco. Francisco back over to Harrington. To Francisco. Inside to Urenga, but it's knocked away. Knocked away by Moore, out of bounds. That's going to be Roadrunner ball. Harrington to inbound. Harrington inbounds. Now Harrington gets the inbound back, and she puts up a Comfort Fit Dentures 3-point shot, 24-22. 24-22. Roadrunners on top. As now the ball goes to Rivera. Back to Boyce. Over now to Peter. Peter inside to Boyce. Boyce looking to drive now. Boyce kicks it back out. She kicks it back out to Frost. Frost no good. Ball out of bounds. It's going to belong to the Roadrunners.
You know, Huey, this game is going to be
down to the wire.
Yeah, absolutely. And you know, on a funny note, the one that's got the highest score is going to win this ball game.
The one that scores the most points is going to win, is what I would say. And here goes Francisco. Francisco drives, but she's going to be, well, I'm not sure, because if they didn't call a foul, as they're going to call that on Boyce, but if they didn't call the foul, her bags were packed because she wasn't traveling.
She sure was.
But that goes back to the Roadrunners now as Frost checks out of the game. I forget to look who checked in for. There's Francisco back to Williams. As we get an offensive foul. And we're curious to see who that's on. It's going to be on the Roadrunners. And they're going to call that on Angelica Urenga. Second personal. That is the 4th team of the quarter. And Jamie Bain to check in.
I'm not sure what happened on that. I don't think we have an angle. Did we get an angle on that, guys? Just so we can... moving screen.
Moving screen. Great job by our camera crew. As always, our production team. You folks do not realize that I literally do almost nothing in these games. It is total production, and we appreciate Robin, Triggs, Michael, and Mel, and bringing this game to you. As Gaston now has the ball. Gaston throws it over to Peter. Peter looks for a 3. Now she drives. She puts up a floater. That's going to be no good. Rebound is Moore. Back to Peter. That one's going to be no good. As Rivera gets the rebound, she throws it in. However, it's given right to Harrington. Harrington now bringing it back for the Roadrunners. Harrington puts up a 3-point shot. That's going to be no good. Rebound is going to be Moore for the Cougars. As Moore now pushes it. Moore now at the top of the key. She throws it inside to Peter. Peter puts up a floater. That's going to be no good. Rebound, Channing Harrington. As Harrington's going to be picked up by Gaston, going to her right. Now out to Bain. Back to Williams, 3-point shot. Comfort Fit Dentures, 3-point shot. Bailey Williams, 27-22. Roadrunners on top of the Cougars.
Now, we're only 5 points ahead in this thing right now by the Roadrunners, but let me tell you, if they don't control those 3 points, they can get out of hand by the Runners.
As here comes a knock away by the feet, and it's going to go and land up in the hands of Williams, who throws it over to Harrington. Harrington's going to bring the ball over the time stripe. Harrington now throws it to Bain. It's back to Harrington. Harrington inside to Francisco. Francisco throws up a 13-foot jumper. That's going to be no good. Gaston grabs the rebound, sends it to Peter. Peter's going to bring the ball over. Peter looks to drive. Peter contested. Now it's knocked away by Peter. It's going to be stolen by Thomas to Harrington. Harrington Forward to Bailey Williams. Bailey Williams fakes a shot, picks up her dribble, now throws it out to Bain. Bain drives the lane. She puts up a floater. No good, and we're going to have a travel. So negate what I said about the shot going up.
Yep, looking at that, that was a great call by Tommy.
More inbounds it to Gaston. 27-22. Roadrunners on top of the Cougars as Gaston throws it over now. Throws it over to Hatch. Hatch drives, puts it up, no good. Rebound is Thomas, but it's going to be tied up as Seba ties up. We're going to have a jump ball, and that's going to belong to the Show Low Cougars. Seba to inbound. Seba inbounds to Moore. Moore puts up a shot. It's going to hit the front of the rim and roll no good. Sosi with the rebound. Forward to Harrington. Harrington to Francisco. Francisco, 2 points. 29-22. Roadrunners over the Cougars. Gaston to Rivera. Rivera looks to drive. It's knocked away. Francisco steals it again. Back to Williams. Williams now to her left. Williams puts up another floater, going to be no good. Rebound is Clarencita Sosi. 2 points, 31-22. Here come the Cougars. Rivera, 6 seconds, 5 seconds. To Moore. Moore looks to drive. Moore to Rivera. Rivera, it's going to be nothing as the Cougars come away empty-handed on possession. We're going to go into halftime, folks, with the Holbrook Roadrunners up 31-22 on the Show Low Cougars. We'll come back and give you our Honda Ski and Outdoor halftime show. This is Show Low Ford's presentation of high school basketball on iTalk 106.7 worldwide on iTalk1067.com.
At Summit Healthcare, you'll find a level of care you might not expect from a rural hospital. We've recently received 5 stars from CMS, a prestigious ranking that less than 5% of facilities in Arizona earned. Our cancer center has proven its level of advanced care with a national accreditation from the Commission on Cancer. And we continue to add more doctors and services so that you don't have to leave the mountain to find the care you need. At Summit Healthcare, we're elevating care here at home.
Want the best deal on your new car, truck, van, or SUV? Go to Show Low Ford. Show Low Ford has the best deals. Not only does Show Low Ford sell the #1 truck in America, Guy Hatch guarantees you won't find a better deal on that truck anywhere else. Show Low Ford sells the best at the best price. Show Low Ford on the east end of the Deuce and at showlowford.com.
You have a vision, a brand to build, a message to share. You need signs that turn heads, apparel that makes a statement, banners that grab attention, and business cards to leave a lasting impression. Your success starts with the right tools. That's where we come in. Allegra Sholo brings your ideas to life with custom designs and top quality products, helping you stand out and grow your brand. Let's make something amazing together. Call Allegra Sholo today.
You've been there, waiting forever at the gas station for the guy to free up so he can fill up your propane tank. Or worse, when the only qualified propane technician decided to stay home that day. Yep, you've been there and I have too. That's why now I get my propane from Ace Hardware every time. You get Ace Hardware's world-famous customer service when you stop in for propane. That's right, you get in, you get out, and you get a great deal on propane and everything else. From Ace Hardware at their locations in Pine Top and Heber. Ace Hardware is proud to support White Mountain Sports.
For years, he's battled the toughest opponent of his life.
He's down!
But today, with Dr. Arnaud and Comfort Fit Dentures, the fight changes. With Comfort Fit Dentures and Sholo, you can taste the victory. With free exams and x-rays, an in-house lab, and payment plans starting at just $110 a month, Comfort Fit makes it easy to claim victory. Call today for your free exam and x-rays.
Mountain Mobile Auto Glass and Tint now has 3 locations to serve you. Snowflake, Lakeside, and now Sholo. And with over 85 years combined experience in auto glass and over 40 years of combined experience in window tint, you can trust the experts at Mountain Mobile Auto Glass and Tint with your vehicle. Call them today.
Just call 536-5972. Mountain Mobile Auto Glass, cash back to you.
Want the best deal on your new car, truck, van, or SUV? Go to Sholo Ford. Sholo Ford has the best deals. Not only does Sholo Ford sell the #1 truck in America, Guy Hatch guarantees you won't find a better deal on that truck anywhere else. Sholo Ford sells the best at the best price. Sholo Ford on the east end of the Deuce and at SholoFord.com.
Want to go skiing or snowboarding? Visit our friendly Honda Outdoor Sports. We offer skis, snowboards, and helmet rentals, custom footbeds, ski and snowboard repairs, as well as retail shopping for your snow gear, goggles, beanies, snow tubing, and even ice fishing supplies. We have all you need to prepare you for the outdoors. We welcome you to Honda Outdoor Sports, located 1 mile west of the casino.
This is iTalk 1067's presentation of the Honda Outdoor Ski and Sports Store halftime show.
Welcome, everybody. It's Shoulder Ford's presentation of high school basketball on iTalk 1067 worldwide on iTalk1067.com. However, for the best selection of hiking, camping, hunting, and fishing gear, go to the Honda Ski and Outdoor Store south of Pine Top on Highway 260, just before the Honda Casino, and we appreciate our Honda Ski and Outdoor halftime show sponsors as we go to halftime of this game with the Holbrook Roadrunners taking a 31-22 lead on the Sholo Cougars, the home team. Although by the crowd, other than the colors in the gym, you would not know where you were because Holbrook travels very well this evening. As Holbrook comes up with 18 points, Holbrook comes up with 18 points in that half, whereas the Sholo Cougars come up with 5. So negating that 17-point first quarter with a little bit different performance in that second quarter. As one thing we want to do, folks, is we want to thank Sholo High School for their hospitality tonight. Athletic Director Scott Hoffmeyer and all that he does, and we appreciate him and his willingness to let us in and do this broadcast and promote his young athletes from Sholo High School this evening. As going down scoring, there's nobody touching Bailey Williams except for Jordan Boyce of the Cougars. Boyce with a total of 9, Williams all 3-pointers, she has 12. I look for Boyce to continue to do what she's doing that she did in the first half and the second half. And I'm not sure, but there was a couple times when momentum was getting ready to shift that she was out of the game for just a little bit and came back in with a lot of force. So Jordan Boyce is definitely going to be a key in negating this 9-point lead of the Roadrunners. As if you're the if you're the Roadrunners, you got to keep relying on the play of Bailey Williams. However, I don't like to use this phrase lightly, but live by the 3 and die by the 3. And if Holbrook does go cold shooting from 3-point range, look out. The Cougars could come storming back. The one thing that surprises me is how well the Sholo Cougars are doing on the rebounding end of the offensive side and the defensive side. Done very well. However, it just seems to be a fight for that ball every time it goes up by both teams. And Sholo's going to have to find a way to negate some of that shooting. So if I'm Coach Greg Perkins in that locker room, I'm telling my girls, look, wide open threes, let's take. But other than that, they've had some great looks and drives to the basket. As I do look for Harrington to get involved with a few more of those drives, as well as getting the ball inside to Uranga. So it should be an exciting half, folks. As I'd like to run down our sponsors real quick and talk about going into the end of the week. Sholo Ford, Honda Ski and Outdoor, Ace Hardware, Northline Pioneer College, Summit Regional Medical Center, Comfort Fit Dentures, Mountain Mobile Auto Glass, Allegra of Sholo, and Deemer's Glass in Lakeside. And folks, tomorrow we will be live at Snowflake High School as the Snowflake Lobos will play host to the American Leadership Academy West Foothills Guardians. the ALA West Foothills Guardians are going to come up the mountain, and that is a 7 o'clock tip-off for the Lobos and the Guardians. Saturday at 3 o'clock in the afternoon, we will have audio only the Copper semifinals as the Snowflake Lobos are going to take on the Valley Christian Trojans live from Winslow High School. Very gracious host, Winslow High School, and I really do like how it was set up where Snowflake being the home team, they're playing on a neutral court, but they don't have to drive 3 hours down the freeway, and it's going to be right there, and it's going to force Valley Christian to come up, which I think is nice. And instead of, I'm surprised the game wasn't put at Corona del Sol where Valley Christian could roll out of bed and Snowflake would have to wake up at 6 in the morning and drive. So I think it's a good thing. If you're one of the Lobo faithful, I encourage you to get out to that game. But if you can't be there, you're going to have to put up with iTalk 1067 and worldwide iTalk1067.com, and you're going to have to put up with my voice. So I encourage you to get out there in person, get through, and be there for that game. The evening game that night of the Copper Open will feature the Pima Rough Riders, and they will be the visiting team on the board to the Tuba City Warriors. As this, folks, has been our Honda Ski and Outdoor halftime show, giving you a little update on what's going on, but we're going to go ahead and take a break and come back and bring you second half action live from Sholo High School. This is Sholo Ford's presentation of high school basketball on iTalk 1067 or worldwide on iTalk1067.com.
This has been iTalk 1067's presentation of the Honda Outdoor Ski and Sports Store halftime show.
When you think glass, think Deemer's Glass in Lakeside. Deemer's Glass offers the best selection of quality glass with affordable prices. They do full home window packages, replacement windows, custom shower doors and enclosures, custom mirrors in many shapes, styles, and colors, glass doors and hardware, commercial glass for buildings and offices, skylights, screens, fire-rated glass for your fireplace or stove, window film, and more. Visit Deemer's Glass today on Porter Mountain Road in Lakeside or call 1-888-GLASSMAN.
Welcome back, Sholo Ford's presentation of high school basketball on iTalk 1067 and worldwide on iTalk1067.com as we get set for second half action. Now, Randall, I've maintained that you have to have 5 things to play a game: a home team and a visiting team, a place to play, a ball, and officials. And right now, we don't have officials.
Nope, I think they have lost track of time.
I don't know where they are at, but those are the 5 things you need to play a game, and we only have 4 of those. And we're not checking that 5th box.
No, we're not. I mean, I could run out there and start this game up, but it'd be looking kind of funny with Crocs on. So.
Here they come. We get ready as they get some jeers, and I do not really appreciate that. As folks, if you are upset at all on any of the officiating you've seen, I encourage you to go to AI Online and click on the link to become an official. It is a very rewarding thing to do. You make some coin, and you actually learn from some of the best. And these men tonight doing this game are some of the best. And I would stake my reputation on that. As here we go with our Northland Pioneer College tip-off. When it comes time to tip off your college education, tip it off at the college with the lowest tuition in the state. That's Northland Pioneer College. Now offering bachelor's degrees in business education. Northland Pioneer College. As Holbrook gets the ball, Harrington controls it. She brings it down, throws it into Williams. Williams puts it up. It is no good. It's going to be Sholo ball.
So, you know, Hewish, they did come out late. The officials did come out late. But let me tell you, when you're an official and you go into the locker room, number one, they put you down further down away so you can't really hear the buzzer at the 3-minute mark. And on top of that, you get caught up talking about a play or you get caught up talking about a call. And sometimes that draws your attention away of being really in tune in what the time is to come back to the court.
As the steal by Rivera, Rivera's going to go long court. She's going to put up. That's going to go good. As Ari Rivera steals the ball from the Roadrunners, she goes down and puts it up in their basket. It is 31-24. The Roadrunners on top. Harrington bringing it down for the Runners. Harrington now back to Williams. Williams is going to be picked up by Boyce. Williams over to the far side. Inside to Harrington. Harrington now out to Francisco. Francisco looks to drive. Francisco drives the lane, puts it up. It's going to be blocked, go out of bounds. And that's going to belong to... No, they're going to call a foul. I thought the whistle was out of bounds as the foul goes on Peter, number 11. First personal, first team. As Maya Francisco is going to go to the line to shoot 2. number 20 for the Roadrunners. First one is good. Francisco's second free throw is on its way. It's up. It is good. 33-24. Boyce with the ball. Boyce signals out a play to her teammates. Boyce sends it over the time stripe. Boyce picks up her dribble over on the far side now to Hatch. Hatch back to the middle. Middle now to Peter. Peter over to Boyce. Boyce going right. Boyce, wide open shot from the middle of the key. And they're going to call an offensive foul on Jordan Boyce as Uranga goes to the ground. Jordan Boyce is going to be called the foul. Great job by a replay crew.
Great call.
And Randall, we have to understand that is there's legal guarding position, and that's exactly where Uranga made, and she was set.
She was set, and sometimes you don't have to be set. As long as you have and maintain legal guarding position, you can even take a charge off the ground.
I should have said set legal guarding position. As Roadrunners miss it, Rivera gets the rebound. Rivera throws it forward to Boyce. Boyce is right there. Boyce puts it up. It's going to be no good, but she is going to be fouled. She's going to go to the line, and she's going to get a shoot too. As the foul is going to go to Bailey Williams. That's going to be her second personal, second team, and we got to watch those team fouls because they could creep up to get that 5 as Boyce's first free throw is on its way. It is good. Jordan Boyce with 10 on the night. Boyce takes a look, picks up the ball. Ball goes in the arc. Good. Jordan Boyce 2 for 2 on that trip as Williams inbounds to Harrington. Harrington brings it up slowly for the Roadrunners. Harrington over to the left. Back now to Uranga. Uranga throws it off the foot of, that's off the foot of Peter. Now it ends up in the hands of Moore. Moore drives the lane. Moore puts it up. He is going to be fouled. There's going to be 2 shots as Moore is going to go to the line to shoot 2. 33-26, 7-point lead for the Roadrunners. Moore with the chance to put it back up and in. Moore's first one on its way. It's good. Free throw shooting has been pretty good tonight for the Cougars. It's been perfect for the Roadrunners. The Roadrunners 4 for 4. And right there with that made, 5 of 8 for the Cougars. Harrington bringing the ball forward. Harrington now to Francisco. Francisco over to Williams. Williams thought about a 3. Now she brings it to the middle, outside the arc. Over now to the far side. Inside to Harrington. Harrington, wide open drive to the lane. It is good. Channing Harrington, 2 points for the Roadrunners. 35-28. Roadrunners on top. Here's Peter with the ball. Peter over the top to Boyce. Boyce now goes to her right. Boyce drives the lane. She's met by the Roadrunners. As that is going to be taken by Harrington. Cougar faithful wanted a little bump foul on that. I'd have to look at the replay, which I do have the advantage of. Now over to Thomas. Back to Francisco. Francisco drives. Puts it up. Whistle. 14. It's going to be on Reese Hatch, first personal. And that is the third team for the Cougars. 4 minutes and 51 seconds left. 35-28. And I believe this is Francisco at the line to shoot. Her first one is good. Randall Holbrook, 5 for 5 now from the line. Some really good free throw shooting by both sides as Moore comes out of the game. She's replaced by Frost. Second free throw is good. Maya Francisco. Lacey Peter dribbles up the ball for the Cougars. Throws it over to Boyce. Boyce to Gaston. Gaston brings it to the top of the key. Now Gaston looks to drive. Gaston over now to Reese Hatch. No good. Harrington of the Roadrunners with the rebound. As now over to Francisco. Francisco back to Williams. Williams puts up a 3-point shot. There had to be a little bit of a touch on that. Tip as Boyce gets a bit of it. Now Boyce gets the ball, throws it forward to Frost. Frost looking to drive. Frost has it knocked out of bounds, but gathers it back in. Throws it out to Peter. Peter, 3-point shot, no good. Off the front of the rim, rebound is Frost. Frost now throws it back to Peter with a fresh shot clock for the Cougars. Now over to Boyce. Boyce comes to her right. Throws it over. It ends up in the hands of Hatch. Hatch goes back inside to Boyce. Boyce now out to Gaston. Gaston, 16-foot jumper. No good. Rebound, Frost. Frost throws it in. Dive for it on the court as we're going to get a jump ball, folks. We get a whistle, we get a timeout. We're going to go and take it to the Shola Forge presentation of high school basketball on iTalk 106.7 and worldwide on iTalk1067.com.
Northland Pioneer College is cheering for you on and off the field. Secure a win by enrolling in college courses at NPC. Earn college credits in high school, learn a new skill or trade. Complete classes that will transfer to any Arizona university. NPC has 3 new bachelor's degree programs and over 100 associate degrees, certificates, and areas of study to choose from. The playing field for your future is wide open. Take a shot and score big by enrolling in classes at NPC. Northland Pioneer College. Your journey starts here.
At Summit Healthcare, you'll find a level of care you might not expect from a rural hospital. We've recently received 5 stars from CMS, a prestigious ranking that less than 5% of facilities in Arizona earned. Our cancer center has proven its level of advanced care with a national accreditation from the Commission on Cancer. And we continue to add more doctors and services so that you don't have to leave the mountain to find the care you need. At Summit Healthcare, we're elevating care here at home.
Welcome back to Shola Forge presentation of high school basketball on iTalk 106.7 or worldwide on iTalk1067.com. As Sholo brings in the ball, it is knocked away and it is controlled by the Roadrunners. And then we have an object on the court. Therefore, so that was the alternating possession. It was actually the possession arrow that fell on the court. And the Roadrunners get it back. So Sholo loses the possession. Roadrunners get the ball back, and that's going to be inbounded from Harrington to Thomas. Harrington now over to Francisco. To Bailey Williams. Williams now back to Francisco. Francisco over on the near side in front of her bench. Now she dribbles in the middle. 28-foot line now to Harrington. Harrington floats over to the far side to her left. Over now to Mann. Mann puts up a three-point shot, no good. Whistle and we get a foul. They're going to call the foul on Harrington.
I want to see how this...
She got an elbow. She got an elbow
sure
right
did.
in. That was a borderline intentional, as I think as Uranga is going to check in. And if we can get that replay up, as you watch the elbow come through, and I don't think it was
like
intentional.
I think
but
they
it looks
got
like she was
tied up.
tied up and went off. So as Holbrook now controls the ball on a steal from the Runners, or a steal from the Cougars, as the Cougars have another unfortunate turnover. 37-28. Roadrunners on top. Harrington with the ball. Harrington over now to Francisco. That's now out to Williams. Williams now to Francisco. Francisco puts up a three-point shot. That's going to fall short. That's going to go out front of the iron. Here comes Boyce. Boyce gets a long rebound. Francisco knocks it away from Boyce. It is gathered up by Uranga. Uranga snaps it back to Harrington. Harrington now throws it over to Williams. Williams is going to be on the far side to Uranga. Uranga puts up a three-point shot. That's going to be no good. Rebound is Uranga, but it's going to be intercepted now by Boyce. Here come the Cougars. 3-on-1. Back to Rivera. No, that is Lacey Peter. 2 points for the Cougars. 37-30, 7-point lead for the Roadrunners. Here comes, as we're going to get a timeout, we're going to take it to this Shola Forge presentation of high school basketball on iTalk 106.7 worldwide on iTalk1067.com.
Want the best deal on your new car, truck, van, or SUV? Go to Sholo Ford. Sholo Ford has the best deals. Not only does Sholo Ford sell the #1 truck in America, Guy Hatch guarantees you won't find a better deal on that truck anywhere else. Sholo Ford sells the best at the best price. Sholo Ford on the east end of the Deuce and at SholoFord.com.
Welcome back to Shola Ford's presentation of high school basketball on iTalk 1067 worldwide on iTalk1067.com, as Coach Greg Perkins is liking to talk about this one. As he talks about it with the squad, he takes a timeout in front of his bench. And so that's going to have Maya Francisco is going to inbound. As Sholo gets their squad back on the court. Francisco to get the inbound. Francisco gives the backcourt to Sammy Thomas, forward to Williams. Williams now bringing it up. Williams at the top of the key. Williams drifts to her left. Now she throws it inside to Francisco. Francisco throws it out of bounds, Cougar ball. As Rivera was right there, and Francisco almost, but Rivera smart, let it go. It's going to be Cougar ball. 37-30, Roadrunners on top. Here's Boyce to bring the ball down. Boyce now over to Moore. Moore to her right. Moore over now to Judd. Back to Moore. Back to Rivera, three-point shot, no good. And Helika Urenga with the rebound. She sends it back to Harrington. Harrington comes forward with it. Harrington now drifts to the middle of the court to her left. Harrington over now to Francisco. Francisco wanted the shot. She doesn't take it. Now to Williams. Williams being guarded by Rivera. Now Williams looks to drive. Williams spins at the free throw. Brings it in one, no good. Rebound. More of the Cougars. Forward to Binney. We get a tie-up, we get a whistle. That's going to be alternating possession belonging to the Holbrook Roadrunners, as Sholo cannot seem to break, Randall, the 7-point barrier.
No, they're having a tough time trying to find the pace to get back into this thing. I did talk to a fan during halftime, and they're like, well, we don't know if they're going to be able to climb out of this hole. But you know what? You cannot count out the Sholo Cougars in this. High school sports can do some crazy things.
Urenga puts up a three-pointer. It is no good. Here comes Rivera. The Cougars with a chance to cut it. As it goes forward to number 5, McKenna Judd, 2 points for Judd. And there breaks that, now down to 5 points with 22 seconds left in the quarter. Here comes Harrington to the Roadrunners as we get a whistle and we get a push. And that's going to be the 4th team foul. And they're going to call that on number 23, Rivera. That's only going to be her first personal. That's only going to be the 4th team foul. And Randall, we'd like to give a special shout out to one of our loyal listeners tonight, and that is Brian White, listening to this ballgame, the head coach of the Blue Ridge Yellow Jackets. We'd like to give him and wish him the best of luck on his baseball season coming up. And Coach Brian White, a very good person and a great coach. We enjoy having him harassing us during the broadcast. We wouldn't have it any other way. As Harrington misses a 3, Boyce with the rebound. Boyce brings it down. And that's going to be Williams ends up with it. So 3 seconds, 2 seconds. As Williams puts it down, puts it up, it's going to be no good because she does not get it up in time. We're going to go ahead and take a break and give you 4th quarter action. This is Sholo Ford's presentation of high school basketball on iTalk 1067 and worldwide on iTalk1067.com.
You have a vision, a brand to build, a message to share. You need signs that turn heads, apparel that makes a statement, banners that grab attention, and business cards to leave a lasting impression. Your success starts with the right tools. That's where we come in. Allegra Sholo brings your ideas to life with custom designs and top quality products, helping you stand out and grow your brand. Let's make something amazing together. Call Allegra Sholo today.
You've been there, waiting forever at the gas station for the guy to free up so he can fill up your propane tank. Or worse, when the only qualified propane technician decided to stay home that day. Yep, you've been there and I have too. That's why now I get my propane from Ace Hardware every time. You get Ace Hardware's world-famous customer service when you stop in for propane. That's right, you get in, you get out, and you get a great deal on propane and everything else. From Ace Hardware at their locations in Pine Top and Heber. Ace Hardware is proud to support White Mountain Sports.
Welcome back to Sholo Ford's presentation of high school basketball on iTalk 1067 worldwide on iTalk1067.com. And folks, we'd really like to thank our sponsors because it makes this game possible literally worldwide. And we'd like to thank Craig Williams. And Randall, we understand that is Bailey Williams' dad watching from Dallas, Texas. So a chance to, watch his daughter play, and we are grateful for our sponsors. And Mr. Williams, if you're out there still, we appreciate you tuning in and hoping the best for both these teams. We know how you want it to turn out, but we're going to finish out this game, and it should be a good one as Boyce gets the ball. Now Boyce tries to throw it inside. Francisco with the interception. Here comes Harrington. Harrington back. Harrington now goes to her right. Harrington puts up a three-point shot. That's going to be no good. And the Rugers is what I was going to call them. Is the Cougars are going to let that go out of bounds. We got Roadrunners, we got Cougars. We got the Rugers. Well, that means we'll have the Guardios tomorrow night or something like that with the Guardians and the Lobos. I don't know. Boyce with the ball. Boyce over now to Hatch. Hatch back to Peter. 2 more. Now to Boyce. 20 on the shot clock. Boyce goes to her right. Boyce over to Judd. As Judd loses it, it goes out of bounds. It's going to stay. As the shot clock will stay, there's going to be 12 seconds on it. Ball's going to go out by the Roadrunners. Cougars to inbound. Peter to inbound. Peter to Boyce. Boyce, three-point range. She puts it up. No good. Rebound. It's going to go out on Francisco. It's going to go out on Francisco and go to the Cougars. As it's inbounded by the Cougars, now out in the hands of Boyce. Now to Peter. Peter over on the far side. Peter now, 2 more. Inside to Boyce. No, that's Boyce. That's Judd, excuse me. To Moore. Back over to Hatch. To Boyce. Boyce drives. No good. Rebound. Rebound is Sammy Thomas. Back to Harrington. Harrington moving it forward to Williams. Williams throws up a 3. It's blocked. Uranga gets the block. However, the Cougars control it. Moore forward now to. Moore forward to Peter. It goes out of bounds. And I did not get a chance to see the replay. We saw the block. That was fantastic. Let's look at that again. As we got that block on Williams. Wow. As we have a 5-second violation. So the Roadrunners up 37-32 with 6:23 left are going to get the ball back. Harrington's going to inbound to Williams. It's going to go back to Harrington. Harrington with the ball. Harrington over to Francisco, or Uranga. Uranga's pass is deflected to the Cougars. To Judd. Judd loses the ball and goes, and she's going to be whistled. And we're going to have a travel call as 2 of our officials rang that one at the same time, and you see that right there. And that's unfortunate for Judd slipping, and she looks like she might have been a little hurt on that play. Nothing, hopefully she can't shake off. As it's going to be Roadrunner ball in front of the Cougar bench. Harrington to Williams, back to Harrington. The pattern we see as Sholo still offering to stay in that pressure. As here comes Harrington. Harrington out to Francisco. Francisco to Williams. Williams at the top of the key, guarded by Boyce. Williams now over on the far side. She gives it to Harrington. Harrington backs up. Now she is at the top of the key. She floats right. Over to Francisco. Francisco puts up a shot. That's going to be good. Maya Francisco, 2 points for the Roadrunners. Maya with 10 on the night for the Roadrunners. As we're going to have a 3-point shot. Yes, by Comfort Fit Dentures. 3-pointer by Lacey. Lacey Peter. 39-35. Cougars cut it to 4. Harrington with the ball. Harrington being guarded by Rivera. Harrington drives the lane. Harrington puts up. She's going to be no good because she's going to be whistled for a travel. As
absolutely accurate call.
Mackenzie Kescoli checks in, and the Holbrook faithful don't like it. But Randall, I see nothing to disagree at all with that call.
And let me tell you what a lot of people don't understand what that call is. And it was an emphasis about 4 or 5 years ago. It's called the hip-hop stop.
The Euro step?
Not the Euro step. This is a hip-hop stop. So they're taking 1, 2, and instead of landing with both feet on the ground at the same time, they land 1, 2, and then that's what draws the travel.
You heard it first from our officiating department here. Thank you. I've not heard that explanation, and I love it. As the ball goes out of bounds for the Cougars, Roadrunners end up back with it. They are up 4 minutes and 40 seconds left as Harrington has it on the far side. Harrington now pushes it over to Cascoli. Now to Sosi, back to Cascoli. Cascoli to Harrington. Harrington was going to work off a screen from Francisco. It goes out of bounds, and it was tipped out by Rivera. So that's going to go back to the Roadrunners as Rivera tips it out, and we're going to have Francisco inbounding. Francisco inbounds to Cascoli, and it's knocked out of bounds again, as this time it's knocked out by Peter.
Greg Perkins caught that ball with his in between his legs.
That's Coach Greg Perkins does it all, folks. As Francisco to inbound, as Scholl's putting on some pressure. Inbound is to Williams. Williams picked up now by Hatch. Williams drives over to Cascoli. Cascoli puts it up. No good. Shot clock violation. 39-35. 39-35. Roadrunners still on top. Here comes Boyce. Boyce over now inside to Rivera. Rivera loses it off her fingertips. It goes out of bounds, and it's going to go to the Holbrook Roadrunners. As you look at that, it looks like it tipped off at the last possible second after it was knocked by Harrington. It tips off Rivera's fingertips and goes out of bounds. Here's Harrington. And this slow-paced game starting to favor the Roadrunners. Back over now to Sosi. Sosi inbound to Williams. Williams picked up. We're going to have a jump ball as Tatum Moore picks it, grabs it, and we get a jump ball, and that's going to stay for the Holbrook Roadrunners as the last alternating possession, I believe, was the quarter, which was the Cougars.
So, Huey, help me out on this. I've been kind of contemplating this while we were sitting watching this game. Whoever wins this game has to make the travel to Yuma.
Yes, as Williams puts up a three-point shot. It is no good. Rebound, Francisco. Francisco puts it back up. Rebound, Sholo Cougars.
Now, is that game tomorrow, or is that?
I think it's next week.
Or is it on Saturday?
I'm not sure. We can look at that. As there's a scramble for the ball. Boyce gets it. It goes back in the hands of Moore. As we get an offensive foul. Offensive foul. As we're going to get an offensive foul called on number 12, Tatum Moore. And that's going to be a foul on her. That's going to be her. That's going to be her first personal. Did they call that on her, or did they call that on Rivera? Okay, we're going to get a timeout. We're going to take it too. This is Sholo Ford's presentation of high school basketball on iTalk 1067 worldwide on iTalk1067.com.
For years, he's battled the toughest opponent of his life.
He's down.
But today, with Dr. Arnaud and Comfort Fit Dentures, the fight changes. With Comfort Fit Dentures and Sholo, you can taste the victory. With free exams and x-rays, an in-house lab, and payment plans starting at just $110 a month, Comfort Fit makes it easy to claim victory. Call today for your free exam and x-rays.
We'll go back to Sholo Ford's presentation of high school basketball on iTalk 1067 worldwide on iTalk1067.com. It is confirmed that the winner of this game will play the number 3 seed in the 3A tournament, the Yuma Catholic Shamrocks, on Saturday at 6 in Yuma. I could see a possibility of that game being moved to 5 because of the travel situation.
Correct.
And you know, it's still your home court, still your home advantage, but the drive is, I mean, I think it's 7 hours out there, and it'll be a long drive for whoever wins. So whoever wins this game gets the opportunity to go to Yuma Catholic. As Randall, for the first time in the game, we see the Sholo Cougars putting on
a court press, a full court press here,
as they're trying to get some stuff situated with the clock, as we have the team foul, which has been set. So Holbrook does not have a team foul. Sholo with 1. As the ball is inbounded to Williams. Williams goes to Francisco. Francisco spins and leaves Moore behind as Boyce picks it up from Francisco. Here comes Boyce, 39-35 to Moore. Moore puts it on, it's good. Tatum Moore, 2 points for the Cougars. 39-37. Roadrunners on top, as just that little pressure put Holbrook in a situation they weren't used to. Here comes Harrington.
Holbrook's going to have to watch their mistakes on this. They are not going to want the Cougars to capitalize on their mistakes.
As Harrington sends it out, Francisco puts up a three-point. It's no good. It is going to be rebounded. It is going to be rebounded by no one as it tips off Moore's fingertips. As we watch that, as she lets it go, she said it went off on Harrington, and nonetheless it's called. So it's out of bounds to the Roadrunners. As they say, Moore knocked it out of bounds. There's no fresh shot clock. So there's 10 on the shot clock right now. Harrington with the ball to her left. Harrington to Williams. Williams wide open three-point look. No good. Boyce rebound. Boyce to Moore. Moore forward. Forward now to Peter. Peter drives the lane. Now she brings it back out. As crowd wanted to travel, it goes inside to Moore. Moore throws it out to Boyce. Boyce dishes it to Hatch. Hatch puts it up. We have a tie ball game. Reese Hatch. 2 points for the Cougars. 39-39. Just under 2 minutes left. Holbrook has 4 timeouts. Shola with 1. Harrington spins, drives, and we get a timeout by Coach Perkins. This is Shola Ford's presentation of high school basketball on iTalk 106.7 and worldwide on iTalk106.7.com.
Mountain Mobile Auto Glass and Tint now has 3 locations to serve you: Snowflake, Lakeside, and now Sholo. And with over 85 years combined experience in auto glass and over 40 years of combined experience in window tint, you can trust the experts at Mountain Mobile Auto Glass and Tint with your vehicle. Call them today.
Just call 536-5972. Mountain Mobile Auto Glass, cash back to you.
Welcome back to Shola Ford's presentation of high school basketball on iTalk 106.7 worldwide on iTalk106.7.com. Is a great shot of Coach Greg Perkins getting his team ready for this last minute 49 as the score is knotted at 39 each. And this methodical staying back for Shola, I thought was playing into the hands of the Roadrunners 2 minutes ago, but it has shown that it is not. So Holbrook is going to get the inbound underneath their own basket. I didn't see Coach Perkins drawing up anything fancy. I think he's just going to set the girls up with how they play. As here comes Sholo back on the court as we get the ball is inbound or given to Francisco. Francisco inbounds to Williams. Williams loses it, goes out of bounds. It's knocked out of bounds by the Cougars as Frost knocks it out of bounds. Sholo is definitely going with the height advantage right now as Francisco throws it in. It is meant for Uranga. It is gathered in, however, and taken away by Boyce. Boyce forward to Peter. Peter puts it up. That's going to be a Comfort Fit Dentures. 3-point shot. Lacey Peter. As here come the Roadrunners. Harrington with the ball. Harrington spins. Now she sends it out to Uranga. Uranga 3 points on the way. It's no good. No good. Rebound is Peter. Peter's going to go out of bounds, and it's going to go back to the Roadrunners with a fresh shot clock.
Now, the Cougars were trailing 11 points a little bit ago, and didn't we say, or I said, you cannot count the Cougars out in high school basketball because anything can happen, and now look where we're at.
As Boyce is going to get whistled with her 4th personal, and that's going to be the 2nd team of the quarter, so nowhere near the bonus, as Harrington's going to inbound the ball. Harrington looking. Now she forces it in to Williams. Williams now out to Harrington. Harrington to Uranga. Uranga over to Williams. Williams to her side, back to Harrington. To Francisco. Francisco pushes it over to Williams. Williams 3-point on its way. No good, rebound Boyce. Under a minute left. As we get a whistle, we get a timeout. We're going to go ahead and take it to this Shola Ford's presentation of high school basketball on iTalk 106.7 and worldwide on iTalk106.7.com.
Want the best deal on your new car, truck, van, or SUV? Go to Sholo Ford. Sholo Ford has the best deals. Not only does Sholo Ford sell the #1 truck in America, Guy Hatch guarantees you won't find a better deal on that truck anywhere else. Sholo Ford sells the best at the best price. Sholo Ford on the east end of the Deuce and at SholoFord.com.
Welcome back, Shola Ford's presentation of high school basketball on iTalk 106.7 worldwide on iTalk1067.com. Stay tuned, folks. We're going to have our Deemer's Glass last man of the game. Need glass for your home or business? Deemer's Glass in Lakeside. Quality glass at affordable prices. Deemer's Glass, 1-888-GLASSMAN. And our Mountain Mobile Auto Glass and Tint player of the game. And our player of the game could come down to, the last 30 seconds or so as Sholo inbound. The inbound is to Peter. Peter now is trapped in the corner as Francisco tries to rip it away. We get a jump ball. That, however, does belong to the Sholo Cougars with that jump ball. As Boyce is going to inbound, Holbrook is going to put on the pressure with 46 seconds left. Sholo is up 3. Boyce inbounds 2 to Peter. It goes back to Boyce. We get a whistle, and we get a foul. As that's going to be the first team foul, and that's going to be on Harrington. First team foul of the quarter. That's actually Harrington's 3rd of the game. As Boyce will inbound. As Boyce inbounds to Peter, back to Boyce. As we get a whistle, we get another foul with 40 seconds left. And that's going to be on Francisco. That's going to be the 2nd team foul of the Roadrunners. Boyce to inbound. It's Boyce, Moore, Hatch, Rivera, and I'm not sure who the other one is. Moore. As here comes Boyce. As we're going to whistle, we're going to get a foul on Thomas. That's going to be the 3rd team. As with 34.6 seconds left, as the official's trying to sort out something here, as Williams is going to get called with the push. As folks, we were just listening to the conversation here at the table and making sure. Hold on 1 second, folks. Sholo to inbound Boyce. As we were getting set on some team fouls, they've conferred with us. We've conferred with them. Everything on the board is good. As now the ball is back to Moore. Moore over to Boyce as Boyce gets fouled with 25.2 seconds left. And we're only on the 4th team foul, so we still have one more for the Roadrunners to give. As now we're going to get a timeout by Coach Perkins. We're going to go ahead and take you to the Shola Ford's presentation of high school basketball on iTalk 106.7 worldwide on iTalk1067.com.
Want to go skiing or snowboarding? Visit our friendly Honda Outdoor Sports. We offer skis, snowboards, and helmet rentals, custom footbeds, ski and snowboard repairs, as well as retail shopping for your snow gear, goggles, beanies, snow tubing, and even ice fishing supplies. We have all you need to prepare you for the outdoors. We welcome you to Honda Outdoor Sports, located 1 mile west of the casino.
When you think glass, think Deemer's Glass in Lakeside. Deemer's Glass offers the best selection of quality glass with affordable prices. They do full home window packages, replacement windows, custom shower doors and enclosures, custom mirrors in many shapes, styles, and colors, glass doors and hardware, commercial glass for buildings and offices, skylights, screens, fire-rated glass for your fireplace or stove, window film, and more. Visit Deemer's Glass today on Porter Mountain Road in Lakeside or call 1-888-GLASSMAN.
Welcome back, Shola Ford's presentation of high school basketball on iTalk 106.7 worldwide on iTalk1067.com. As the Sholo Cougars up 3, 42-39, are going to inbound. As Boyce inbound, she has it knocked away. She gets it back as we get a whistle and we get a foul as they call Channing Harrington, and that is her 5th personal. And that is now a 2-point shot for Jordan Boyce of the Cougars. They are up 3. as Harrington, the young sophomore, is replaced by Kescoli, as Sholo does lose their main ball handler, and that is huge if you're the Cougars. As Sholo perfect this half. Actually, we have not missed a free throw between both teams this half, and Boyce has something to say about that. She says, I don't like the broadcast curse, and sinks her first free throw. Sholo up 4, 43-39. As Boyce's second free throw is on its way. It is up, it is good. Jordan Boyce gives them a 5-point lead. Here come the Roadrunners. Inbound to Francisco. As Francisco is fouled by Hatch. That's going to be, yes, that's going to be on Hatch. That's going to be her second personal. That's going to be the third team. As I look for Holbrook to keep that strategy of fouling, as Francisco is going to inbound. Francisco pushes it forward to Williams. Williams going to look for a three. Kicks it over to Urenga. Urenga puts up a three. That's going to be no good. Rebound, Jordan Boyce. As she's going to be fouled, and we're going to have 8 seconds left. As Sholo up 44-39 with the 5-point lead, as Boyce is going to go to the line to shoot 2 more. Again, we have not had a missed free throw this half by either team. Free throw's on its way. It is good. Jordan Boyce sinks it, makes the lead 45-39, 6-point lead for the Cougars. Boyce's next free throw's on its way. It is good. 8 seconds left. Kescoli back to Williams. As Williams is going to push it to Kescoli. Over now to Thomas, to Francisco. Francisco, no good. And our final score tonight, 46-39 in favor of the Sholo Cougars. The Sholo Cougars will move on Saturday to face Yuma Catholic. And folks, we're going to go right into our post-game show as we get a shot of Sholo student section there. As in the fourth quarter, Holbrook with 2 to Sholo's 14, and Randall was a story of second half scoring, as the Roadrunners put up 8 and the Cougars put up 24 in the second half to come up with this victory.
And there you go. I mean, nothing can be counted out in high school basketball because anything can change.
And we'd like to go, first of all, to our Deemer's Glass man of the game. Need glass for your home or business? Deemer's Glass in Lakeside, 1-888-GLASSMAN.
Jordan.
And we're going to give our Glassman of the night to Lacey Peter of the Sholo Cougars. And Peter with 2, 4, and 9, so we have 13. So we're joined by our Mountain Mobile Auto Glass and Tint. Get your windshield repaired by the experts, Jordan Boyce. Talk about the game, Jordan.
Holy, that was a blast. I'm so grateful.
So I want to talk, you guys went in down, but in the second half, absolutely dominant.
Oh, yeah.
You guys scored 24 to Holbrook's 8.
Okay.
Talk about the second half and what you guys did.
I think our mindset just changed. We were in the locker room, and I think we just weren't doing very good in the first half and the ending, and we just had to switch it around. Our halftime talk was good.
Well, 15 points, and congratulations, you're moving on. Talk about the play of your teammates. Specifically, I'd like to give your thoughts on number 11, Lacey Peter, and her play tonight.
Love her to pieces. She's been such a fun player to play with all season, and I'm so grateful to have her on our team, and she's grown so much this season.
So one of the things we noticed is that you guys stayed back all night and did not pressure them until that one point in the fourth quarter.
Yeah.
Was that a strategy you guys had worked on since seeing them the other night?
Yeah, I think they beat our press really well, so we decided to keep some energy and kind of worked out at the end.
And I had to eat my words. I said at one point the Roadrunners are it's going to play their favor, but it was absolutely your guys' favor. So congratulations, you're moving on. Talk about your next game.
Whew. I was just kind of focused on this one, but we're excited for the next. Ready to practice tomorrow.
Well, hey, Jordan, thank you for joining us, our Mountain Mobile Auto Glass and Tint player of the game. Congratulations, you're moving on, and thank you for being with us tonight.
Thank you so much, sir.
Good luck your next one.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
as our final score tonight is Sholo beats the Holbrook Roadrunners by a score of 46-39 as Jordan Boyce, embraced by her dad, the head coach of the Sholo Cougars football team, Mike Boyce, and getting a chance to celebrate with her teammates. We appreciate her being on. Your final tonight, 46-39, the Sholo Cougars on top of the Holbrook Roadrunners. As we'd like to thank Sholo Ford, Ace Hardware, Honda Ski and Outdoor, Northland Pioneer College, Summit Regional Medical Center, Comfort Fit Dentures, Mountain Mobile Auto Glass, Allegra of Sholo, and Deemer's Glass in Lakeside. So for myself, Robin, Triggs, Michael on the cameras, Mel, our production in the truck, Randall, my play analyst here tonight, we appreciate his words of wisdom, especially on our officiating. To all those that welcomed us for the broadcast, good night. Again, 46-39, Sholo wins. We will see you tomorrow live from Snowflake High School. This has been Sholo Ford's presentation of high school basketball on iTalk 106.7 and worldwide on iTalk1067.com.
This has been Sholo Ford's presentation of high school basketball on iTalk 106.7 KNKI Pinetop and iTalk1067.com. Brought to you in part by Northland Pioneer College, Ace Hardware of the White Mountains, Deemer's Glass, Mountain Mobile Auto Glass and Tint, Summit Healthcare Regional Medical Center, Honda Ski and Outdoor Sports, and Comfort Fit Dentures. This broadcast has been a copyrighted production of iTalk 106.7 and Country Mountain Airways, a Kopaniki communication station. Any rebroadcast, retransmission, or use of this broadcast without the express written consent of iTalk 106.7 or Country Mountain Airways is strictly prohibited. For more information on this game and other games around the region, go to iTalk1067.com.